As they came around the corner, I lunged for the cage doors, screaming and pleading for help. You have to get me out of here. I told you this haunted house has the most realistic actors. One of them laughed as they walked away. Oh yes, she moaned while bouncing on me. With tears in my eyes, I laid on the bed doing nothing except begging her to stop. He's not breathing, I told the woman sadly as I stopped performing CPR on their pale, still little boy. Oh, don't worry. It's been a long time since he needed to breathe, the woman explained happily as her son sat up and sank his teeth into my neck. I watched the streamer take their life with a shotgun last night. The stream kept going for a few hours after, during which he was discovered by his daughter. Count backwards from 100, said the dentist, as I slipped into unconsciousness. I saw the hand that held the drill drift from my mouth to my eye. My bullies shoved me in a locker as the school ended for the day. As my body rots more and more, I wonder why no one has been to school for 2 months. I looked my wife's killer dead in the eye before I hurled my fist at him. As my hand started bleeding, I knew I had to clean up the broken mirror shards before my children got home. There's a theory saying that animals can see ghosts. I think that's why the cat is watching me instead of watching its owner. I found a genie who granted me a single wish, to be with a woman I love forever. If I had a second wish, it's that he'd have brought her back to life first. You said if I killed him I could eat. I sobbed to my kidnapper as I knelt beside the still warm body of my fellow prisoner. Go ahead, he replied. I awoke to the smell of smoke and scrambled for my phone, laptop and emergency bag before I bolted through the flames and flung myself out the front door. It was only when I was outside did I remember this was my weekend with the kids. I didn't see the kid that usually waves at me on my trash route today. As I dumped his bin into the compactor, his mom came out and asked if he scared me when he jumped out the can. As I felt the knife run down my skin, I felt oddly happy. Well, it wasn't my skin yet. The price of insulin for my little girl is almost too much to handle, but that pastor said he healed her, so we won't need it anymore. The sailors rejoiced as the Kraken retreated back into the depths of the ocean. Thankfully, they didn't see the beast that drew the Kraken under. I kissed my son goodbye as I left for work. The smell is becoming unbearable, but I'll keep on kissing him goodbye for as long as I can. That final death scene seemed so real. You two are going places. I turned back to my film class with a smile as the professor turned the lights on. Thank you. I'm just sad my partner was too sick to make it here. My brother would often find new ways to make his wax figures look more realistic. I stood in his wax museum, watching as everyone admired his work. If only they could hear me screaming. We found you covered in filth and blood, crawling down the road. You almost escaped. It'll be harder next time without your feet. Please stop. Please stop crying. I whisper again as I unbutton my pants and climb over my half-dead drooling father in his hospital bed. Didn't you used to say to just man up and enjoy the show? All my life, my parents have told me not to open the basement door, but I got curious and disobeyed them. What is that glowing ball in the sky and why does it hurt my eyes? My husband has been very upset with me since my failed suicide attempt. He's crying non-stop and he won't acknowledge me. My son's cough grew worse as the virus spread to his lungs. At least he isn't autistic, I thought as I prepared the lavender essential oil. So it turns out you can feel everything that happens to your body after death. I suppose I should be flattered. My husband still finds me attractive after all these years. It's been almost a decade since I last saw my mother, and she still reminds me every day that if I misbehave again, she'll take my hearing too. Please, take me instead, I scream, grabbing at the two men who took my child. Sorry ma'am, children only, they said. as I continue loading up the last lifeboat on the ship. When the tsunamis hit, most people were evacuated. Feeling the trickle of water rise to my chin, I let go of the prison bars in bitter resentment. I decided to kill off a few characters in the book I'm writing. It will definitely spice up my autobiography a little. My dad told me that his flashlight could kill any monster. When I told him about what Uncle Jack had been doing to my sister, he made sure to demonstrate. Yesterday I visited my boyfriend, who was serving a life sentence in prison. As I watched him shaking and pissing himself with fear, I knew he finally regretted beating me to death. Hello, it's Eery, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you like these short stories, remember to like and subscribe, so I'll know if I should make more of these. If you want to support me further, check out my Patreon. For only $1 per month, you get exclusive Patreon-only content and updates. Thank you for your wonderful support, and thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.